everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to show you a couple of quick Dollar Tree DIY projects, and most of them are very simple and very quick. The last one does take a little bit of time, but these are just using up some of the fall items I bought earlier in the season, and I'm just ready to get rid of them. So let's go ahead and jump right into project number one. This one I'm going to be using this tray and then these window decorations. These are actually a little bit more like stickers than regular window clings, I would say. So I knew that when I bought this tray, I just wanted it to say give thanks. I just thought it would be really pretty on its own, just say give thanks and maybe display it on Thanksgiving Day. So I'm just gonna kind of play around with it, see how I like it, and in the end I decided, nope, I'm gonna just keep it simple and classic and just put the give thanks in the middle. So that's all I'm doing to this one. You guys, that's so easy. Now for the next project, I am going to use one of these beware signs. We're gonna use the back, of course, and then I'm gonna use these burlap leaves. Now these leaves come in a pack of 5 and they look like this, they're a good size, and they have this little wire thing on the back. So you're actually going to remove that wire piece because you don't need that for this project. So gently pull it away from the burlap leaf, and then you can just discard that, and then this is what you're left with. So I'm going to use 4 out of 5 of those leaves for this project, and then I'm also going to use these poster stickers. And actually, I'm just using the outline of the letters, and we're going to spell out the word fall. But to get started, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and then also the Waverly chalk paint in the color elephant, which is a pretty dark gray. I'm going to draw me some lines here on my sign to make it look like wood planks, and I'm just going to use my ruler and a pencil for that. And then I'm going to start by using the elephant color and just trace those lines, and while it's still wet I'm going to add my white paint on top. So you can see here as I'm adding the white on top of the gray, it's going to kind of smear the gray, which is actually the exact effect I was going for. Make sure that if you do this, you're using nice smooth strokes to where you're not leaving the paint clumped up, or you're not seeing your little foam brush mark. You know, just make sure you're smoothing everything out. And you can see I did the lines first while they were still wet, and then I kind of went back in and filled in the board. I say I filled it in. I didn't fill it in totally. I just wanted some of that natural backing of the board to show through. So, but this is all in preference. This is just what you want to do, what effect you're going for, and what look that you like. Okay, so for these little stickers here, you're gonna kind of open them up so you can cut them out. I'm spelling out the word fall. So there was actually only one L on this page, so we're just gonna have to use that twice. But I'm gonna cut out the A and the F as well. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm not actually using the sticker, the letter, I'm actually using the outline. I'm making this a stencil, and I've done this before in one of my projects, and I like doing this. It's reusable, and this is a great way if you don't have a cutting machine or anything. This is a great way to get letters, you know, and get them onto your projects. So I'm going to take a little bit of masking tape and go all the way around the outside of the stencil. Because I don't want, when I use my little brush, I don't want to get paint on the wrong part of the leaf. I just want it on the inside of that F. And B, it also helps hold the stencil down. So I'm going to use this little stencil brush spongy thing I got at Walmart. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of white paint, and I just kind of press it. You can see there on the plate, I'm just kind of pressing it in. I'm getting a little bit of product at a time. You don't want a whole lot of product when you're doing a stencil. That's a really good way to mess up your letters. Too much paint will get gloppy and get underneath the stencil and just ruin it. So just straight up and down motions tend to work best. And you could do this really lightly to keep that burlap showing through. You could do multiple layers to really get a solid color. It's all up to you, but I'm just going to do that on all the letters. And again, I'm going to use the L twice. Once it dried, I didn't even wait for it to dry all the way, guys, to be honest. I just didn't have the time for that today. So I went ahead and peeled it up. If you are going to peel it while it's still wet, just be careful, you know, so you're not touching the paint and then getting it on, you know, like the outside area of the leaf. But just carefully remove it. And again, I'm saving these to reuse these. So just kind of put them aside, and then this is what you're left with. And I think it turned out perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off of all of them. And then this is what we're left with. So I'm going to lay them out here on the board, and I'm just using a little bit of hot glue kind of on the top there and the two bottom leaves, little points, I don't know what you want to call them. Be careful when you're using hot glue on the burlap because it is very open weave and it'll come through and burn you real easy. So this is what it looks like once everything's hot glued down. You can see I still have the little opening where the original ribbon was, and I closed up the other one or covered up the other one, I should say, with the bottom of that leaf. So I still want to hang this. So I'm going to take my twine and I'm going to lace it through here from the back side. And then I am going to create a nice thick knot. So I actually think I tied about 5 knots there just to give it a nice, nice big look. And then on the other end, oh, and you can see there's the knot, and then I'm going to cut that little piece off. Because I do not have a hole on the other end of the sign, we're gonna fake it. So I'm gonna take my ribbon and just kind of measure out how I want it to hang, and then I'll flip it over and put a little bit of hot glue down, and like I said, we're gonna fake it. And then so once I hot glue it here, just be careful again, that hot glue, you guys, it will burn you. So now it looks like it's coming from the back side, and then I just tied another knot, again about 5 knots together, and trimmed it up, and then you're left with this little piece here. And then I'm going to hot glue that down in about the same position as the other one. So again, I'm faking it to make it look like, you know, I drilled a hole in it. For the third project, I'm going to use one of these 6x8 stretch canvas you get at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use some of this really pretty ribbon. It's like tulle with some holographic looking fall leaves. I just thought this was so pretty. And I am going to use a window cling, like a regular window cling, and I'm going to use that Hello Autumn words. And this one, you guys, is so easy. This just takes a couple minutes and you're done. I'm going to measure the ribbon just so it lays flat on the canvas. You can see there, it almost fits exactly perfect in the width of it. And then I'm going to use some hot glue and glue one side down. And because this is an open weave ribbon as well, because it's like that tulle material, please just be careful with the hot glue so you don't burn yourself. And you'll see here I'm kind of playing with it. You really want to stretch it across the canvas so you don't have any bubbles or wrinkles in the ribbon. And then I'm going to take my Hello Autumn and kind of just center it, make sure it fits on the canvas here. And then I'm going to just take some Mod Podge and do a thin layer on the back side. and then I'm sticking it right in the middle, and this project is done once it dries. Super simple, super easy. You could add something to hang it with, but I'm gonna be sitting it in a picture holder. So, but that's it. And I think it turned out so pretty and nice and quick. Now for this one, I'm gonna use this kind of gold backing on the ribbon. And I actually changed my mind and go back to the white one later. But I'm gonna use my Welcome Harvest, those metal signs, and 2 of the pumpkins. I'm gonna remove the little green toppers. One of them I'm throwing away, one of them I'm keeping because I'm gonna put these on top of each other. And then I'm gonna use my white chalk paint and just basically paint both pumpkins. I do not do like a full coat, and I didn't go back and do a second coat. This is just my preference. I did not mind that the orange was showing through. To me, I felt it kept it a little rustic and maybe farmhousey. You do you if you want to paint it 2 solid coats or whatever. And then the green little topper that I'm gonna use, because it was like so bright green, it just didn't make sense, I'm gonna paint that brown. Now, here's where I switch back over to the white ribbon, the white tool backing instead of that gold one, because I'm gonna individually cut out leaves and then I'm gonna Mod Podge them onto the pumpkins. So my recommendation, I guess, would be to make sure that when you cut these leaves out that you're trimming them all the way down to the leaf. Don't leave a lot of the extra tool ribbon around it. That way it sits better when you're Mod Podging it on. And then I had to actually cut a couple of them, maybe like add slits in them would be a good way to describe it, so you can fold it around the curves of the pumpkin. So, and if you guys do this project, you'll see what I mean. Sometimes it's hard to lay something on a curved surface without trimming it and kind of manipulating the fabric a little bit. So this is what they both look like when they are completely dry. And I just, gosh, this foil, it's just so pretty, those leaves. So I'm just gonna add my little brown topper. I ended up painting that little topper 2 times with the brown oxide apple barrel paint because it was really green. And now I'm just gonna hot glue these 2 guys together. If you do this, you do want to like take a look around it and make sure you're getting the best side forward, I should say. So you don't have like, oh man, I messed up on this one and you know, oh well. So, and then I'm going to take my Welcome Harvest sign letters here and I'm gonna wrap it around the pumpkin. So I'm just gonna kind of bend it. I want it to look like it's formed around. So you just kind of have to play with it, manipulate it a little bit, and then you're gonna add some hot glue and secure that down. Now, hindsight is always 20/20, and after putting the project together, I did not care for the Welcome Harvest that I put on there. I guess it just didn't have it didn't turn out with the vision I had in mind, but so if I was gonna do this again, I probably wouldn't add those words on there. I'd probably just leave it as is, but you know, you guys, if y'all wanna recreate this, I would love to hear what you'd like to do in the comments below. So this is it, you guys, a bunch of quick stuff other than the Mod Podge drying time and cutting out those little leaves. Everything was super fast and easy. And this is the last fall video I have for you guys, and we'll be moving into Christmas next week, and I'm so excited. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.